Do you have a friend with whom you share your innermost thoughts and feelings? Do you note down your thoughts in a diary? Today, we're going to hear and read about a 13-year-old girl whose diary has become a classic. A classic is a book written long ago that people loved so much that they keep reading and reading. All right, are you ready to hear about Anne Frank? A 13-year-old girl in the Netherlands was given a diary for her birthday on June 12th, 1942. 2 days later, she started writing her diary. Dear diary. That 13-year-old girl was Anne Frank. Born on 12th June 1929, she was the daughter of Otto H. Frank and Edith Frank. The world would not have known her had her diary not been published after her death. Anne Frank died in a concentration camp in early March 1945. Her father, Otto Frank, was the sole member of her family who survived World War II. Though she started writing her diary in the summer of 1942, it was never with the intention of creating a record of her experiences during the World War. This was a way to pass time fruitfully while hiding from the German army in an underground safe house. Anne's voice has reached out across continents and generations, and her diary is one of the most important documents of the tragedies of the war. Now, shall we hear some of the writing from Anne's diary? We're going to read her first ever entry on Sunday, 14th June, 1942. On Friday, 12th June, I woke up at 6 o'clock, and no wonder, it was my birthday. But of course, I was not allowed to get up at that hour, so I had to control my curiosity until 6:45. Then I could bear it no longer and went to the dining room, where I received a warm welcome from Mooty the cat. Soon after 7, I went to Mummy and Daddy and then to the sitting room to undo my presents. The first to greet me was you! Possibly the nicest of all. Then, on the table, there was a bunch of roses, a plant, some peonies, and more arrived during the day. I got masses of things from Mummy and Daddy and was thoroughly spoilt by various friends. Amongst other things, I was given Camera Obscura, a party game. Lots of sweets, chocolates, a puzzle, a brooch, a book called Tales and Legends of the Netherlands by Joseph Cohen, Daisy's Mountain Holiday, a wizard book, and some money. Now I can buy the myths of Greece and Rome. Grand! Then Lise came to fetch me and we went to school. During break, I stood everyone's sweet biscuits. And then we had to go back to our lessons. Now I must stop. We're going to be great pals. Here's another entry, dated 20th June 1942, 6 days later. I haven't written for a few days because I wanted to first of all think about my diary. It's an odd idea for someone like me to keep a diary, not only because I have never done so before, but because it seems to me that neither I, nor for that matter anyone else, will be interested in the unbosomings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Still, what does it matter? I want to write. But more than that, I want to bring out all kinds of things that lie buried deep within my heart. There is a saying that paper is more patient than man. It came back to me on one of my slightly melancholy days. While I sat, chin in hand, feeling too bored and limp to even make up my mind whether to go out or stay at home. Yes, there is no doubt that paper is patient, and as I don't intend to show this cardboard-covered diary bearing the proud name diary to anyone unless I find a real friend, boy or girl, probably nobody cares. And now I come to the root of the matter. The reason for my starting a diary is that I have no such real friend. Hence, this diary, in order to enhance in my mind's eye the picture of a friend for whom I have waited so long. I don't want to set down a series of bald facts in a diary like most people do. But I want this diary itself to be my friend, and I shall call my friend Kitty. No one will grasp what I'm talking about if I begin my letters to Kitty just out of the blue. So, albeit unwillingly, I will start sketching in the brief story.